I'll give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and a sincere shalom to you elect out there, teaching his truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, and the brother Yasharon, and this is wars and rumors of wars right here. Okay, a couple days ago, China sent a balloon out. Okay, and it was hovering over U.S. airspace. In fact, I believe it went all the way from Canada. I think it went from Alaska to Canada, down to Montana, and all the way to South Carolina, and it got shot down off the coast of South Carolina. Okay, so a lot of Americans are extremely upset about this. They're very upset. I've been reading a lot of social media posts, okay? And, you have the Democrats and the Republicans. Then you have the independents, which are kind of in-betweeners, okay? And Americans were upset about this across the board. Okay? And you could feel the fear. You could feel the fear just by reading the words that they were typing, man. Or texting or whatever on their posts. You could fear. I mean, you could feel the fear from these Americans, man. Okay? Because something like this, even just a few years ago. Now, and I'm going to repeat what the rhetoric is here, okay? This just shows that not only is America on its way out, but it's been compromised. Okay, it's been compromised. No sane leader would have let a fucking weather balloon with what looks like a satellite attached to it. Nobody, no competent leader would have let that go down. Okay? So the Lord has put a weak leader in charge of Babylon, and that's why these other nations are no longer, okay, afraid of this place, man. They're standing up to it. You know? Because let me tell you something, man. I mean, and I know what people have been saying, but no matter who, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or even if you don't fucking care about none of that shit, which you shouldn't, okay? If Donald Trump was in office, or even Barack Obama, or even George Bush, or even Bill Clinton, okay, our last 4 presidents, that shit would have got shot down before it even got anywhere near the borders of the nation, man. That shit would have got shot down over the Pacific Ocean. I mean, that could have been a biological attack. That could have been a chemical attack. There could have been an EMP attached to that fucking thing. You know? They're calling it a spy balloon. They're calling it a fucking spy balloon, man. Alright? And they just let it go all the way across the nation. Okay? What really got people's attention was that it was hovering over Montana for a while. Right over some of the top U.S. military bases, man. And nuclear silos. And then it was over in the Kansas area, where it was going over military bases. Okay? So this isn't just a fucking some stupid balloon, man. This is a spy balloon. Why else would it be going over military bases, man? But that just goes to show you that you have an incompetent leader. Okay? You have an incompetent leader. And you people are so stuck on this voting thing. Alright? That you're just gonna wait around and try and vote Mr. Biden out. Okay? Which is ridiculous, man. Because if something like this would have happened when people had some fucking balls, because all you men are effeminate now, the president would have already been dragged out the damn White House over something like that, man. You just let somebody go completely across your airspace, and you didn't even know if they had a weapon or not. You were scared to shoot it down. You were scared to shoot it the fuck down. The U.S. military, the destroyer of the earth. Okay, the hammer of the earth, the U.S. military. You know? And at the same time, you had Russia bring a warship to the coast of, up the coast of Florida, man. You know, these nations are starting to poke at America, man. And it doesn't feel too good, does it, Americans? But guess what? You are a hypocritical nation. And you have been doing the same thing around the world. Okay? You just fail to either be informed about it or you just don't care. You got the blinders on, man. But America has been flying drones and spy craft over China. Okay? So what this does now is this gives China permission to start shooting down planes, man, to enter their airspace. Okay? Fucking World War III almost World War III almost broke out over a fucking balloon, man. Wow. I mean, this is the most high sense of humor right here, too, when you really think about it, man. This slow-ass moving balloon, just taking days to float across the fucking country, and everybody around the world's talking about it, and it just makes America look pathetic. It makes America look pathetic, no matter how much might their military may actually have. Okay, it just makes them look pathetic, man. And it gives America's enemies a lot of confidence. Okay, because they know that there's a drunk man at the wheel. Okay? Okay, and the Chinese were saying that it was a meteorological research which had deviated from its course due to wind. So it just magically just went over the heart of the U.S. military bases, okay? Drawing a threat from China. This is 2 hours ago. Washington, the U.S. military on Saturday, and this is from AP News, man. This is a very reliable news source, okay? The Associated Press. The U.S. military on Saturday shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the Carolina coast after it traversed sensitive military sites across North America. Yeah, it went across sensitive military sites, man. Gathering intel, okay? There's a rumor going around by some military experts that this thing was capable of seeing underground. Okay, so because a lot of people were saying, "Well, why don't they just shut up?" Jesus did not confront racism with love. Okay, maybe you're Jesus, but anyways, what was I getting into? Oh yeah, this joke of a you know of a situation. Okay. Now there was people saying that yeah, they could always use satellites for spying, and some people thought it was an EMP. Okay, some people thought it was an EMP, or it could have been a biological weapon or chemical weapon or whatever. But somebody said, with knowledge on the topic, that that it had cameras that were capable of seeing underground. Okay, because they do have cameras that could do that. It's not exactly accurate, but it uses the formation of the ground and that to at least give them an estimate, like an algorithm type thing, where it can render some kind of map. Not necessarily see underground, but they could tell if there's an underground base there, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? China insisted the flyover was an accident involving a civilian aircraft and threatened repercussions. Okay? President Joe Biden issued the order but had wanted the balloon downed earlier, even earlier on Wednesday. He advised that the best time for the operation would be when it was over water. Hey, if I'm the leader of a nation, I don't give a shit. If my military tells me that, I'm telling them, you know what? I'm in charge. You fucking shoot that thing down, man. If you got to shoot it down when it's over a mountain and away from people, then do it. Okay? And now they're talking about canceling business trips with each other, man. Because America and China were kind of, uh, they've been trying to strengthen their trade and business ties with each other. Okay, I guess the Secretary of State was supposed to go there on a business trip, and now he canceled it because this is creating tensions, man. All right, it's creating serious tensions, man. A balloon. Man, the Most High has a great sense of humor, doesn't he? Who would ever thought a freaking balloon would create a worldwide discussion like this? Okay? Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay? Wars and rumors of wars, man. This comes at a time when it was just last week that they were going to send tanks to Ukraine, America, and Russia was like, that's an act of war right there. Okay, they weren't going to tolerate it. You know? And now this is happening with China, okay, because China sees that America is vulnerable. You know, this place is very vulnerable right now, man. It's exciting. Okay? But we have to see that we're not troubled. All these people on social media were troubled. Okay? They were screaming for Biden's head, man. Even a lot of Democrat supporters were. They were losing their fucking mind over this shit. And you could understand why they're mad. Shit, if I was still in the world, I'd probably be mad as hell over this shit. Like, what the hell? This guy's just gonna let him freaking drop a damn nuke or EMP on us? Like, what the hell's wrong with our president, man? But he's not your president, though. That's the thing, man. A lot of these leaders are puppets. Okay? They're on the payroll of somebody higher than them. You know? It all makes sense. Okay? It all makes sense. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. Okay? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And you know, America and China, as much as they try to repair their relationship from time to time, they're always watching out for each other. They're kind of like frenemies. Okay? Friendly enemies. Okay? They know how to cooperate with each other economically and on certain things, but at the end of the day, man, you know, hey, we're talking about the number one and number two economies of the earth. Okay? You think America is just going to sit by and let China take its spot? Okay? And you think China's just going to sit by and, you know, and just watch this place destroy itself and not jump in? And try and be the leader of the world? You know? Because power, man. Let me tell you something, man. That power, whew, people get drunk with that power, man. Okay? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay? All these are the beginning of sorrows. And we are in the beginning of sorrows, man. Okay? The beginning of it. You know? Things could unravel very quickly. Things can unravel very quickly, man. This is Zephaniah 2 and 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, Babylon the Great. Okay? That proud look got wiped off America's face with this whole situation, man. A lot of these proud Americans are shaking in their boots right now, man. A lot of people that didn't care about much about world issues are starting to pay attention, man. Okay? The Lord is putting the spirit of danger on these people, man. They could sense the danger. Okay? They could see that something ain't right. You know? But they don't understand it. Okay? We do. Us men that are trying to be that hopeful elect, man. We see it, okay? This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. I mean, doesn't America do way worse shit than fly a damn balloon over somebody's airspace? Okay? How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his hand. These nations are, eventually the Lord is going to put the spirit on these nations. Okay? To just say, you know what, we're finished dealing with these guys, man. If we're gonna do something about it, now's the time, because they're vulnerable, man. Okay? Just like a spirit, man. A spirit attacks you when you're vulnerable. Okay? You look, even even in any kind of combat sport or even any sport in general. Okay, you look for a vulnerability in your opponent. Always, man. If you're playing against, if you're matched up against somebody in like a sport like football or something, somebody's got and somebody's got a taped up body part, man, to go after that shit. Okay, that's a vulnerability there. Let a quarterback go out there with a taped up fucking knee or arm or something. That defense gonna be going after that whole game, man. It's a vulnerability. Why wouldn't they? Because if you want to win, that's what you got to do. And China wants to win, man. These other nations, they want to win. Okay, they're sick of this fucking. They're sick of the hammer of the earth, man. Now, let me get that. I believe it's Jeremiah 50 and 29. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? All right? America is the hammer of the whole earth. Babylon the Great. Is it not? It can't stay out of anybody's business. But now the people are getting into America's business. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you can't do that, How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee. And is the Lord not laying snares for this place, man? Traps for this place? On the geopolitical stage, and thou art also taken. I mean, look at that situation in Ukraine, man. It's a snare. Okay? U.S. doesn't have no business being over there, especially not to spend all that money, and it's a snare. Spend all that money, they get all these nations angry at them because they're always bullying people, bullying other nations. But yet it's doing the same thing, man. It's bullying other nations for doing the same thing that it's doing. That's a hypocrite right there, man. And that's a snare. Okay? That's a snare because you've got your people all pissed off. You know? Because here it is. People are really struggling in Babylon right now, man. And you're sending all that money to Ukraine. You won't even pass a bill unless it has something for Ukraine in it. But there's never any help for the people, man. They just passed a $1.7 trillion spending bill. And there was nothing for you average Americans in it. Not a damn thing. Not a penny. There was nothing for you, man. Here it is. Your National Fuel is saying, and all these gas companies are saying that everybody's bills were going to literally be double compared to what they were last year, man. Literally double. Okay? And you just passed that huge spending package, and there was nothing to help the people out. You could have set aside just a couple measly $1 billion. What's a couple $1 billion when we're already 30 trillion in debt? It's nothing. It's nothing. You could have easily had a package one or two, maybe $3 billion. Oh, we're gonna cut the price of heating your home 25% this winter through a government subsidy. That's all it fucking takes, man. That's all it takes. It's not difficult at all. Okay? Esau, Edom will jump through hoops to do what wickedness they want to do. But when it comes to helping people, they act like they're jumping through fucking hurdles, like it's impossible. Okay? Fucking devils, man. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. You know? Especially lately with this push for the alphabet people, man. And you Babylonians, you were out there protesting for abortions and that. Killing of babies. That's a diseased woman right there, man. A woman who wants the right to kill her own baby before it's even born. Wow, what kind of fucking mindset are these people in, man? All right, what kind of mindset are these fucking people in, man? But I want to leave with this scripture. And I'm not trying to make it too long. My phone tends to have problems with videos that are too long. I could end it on Revelation 18 because that's the end result. But you know what? We'll go with the scripture on World War III, man. You know, just like the scriptures say in Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay? Round about the 9th and 10th verse, 11th verse. Okay? It's the scriptures say, what? Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay? Let the weak say, I am strong. A lot of these nations, they're not living in the damn Stone Ages when it comes to military technology anymore. So they're not afraid of this place, man. Especially if they have a backer like China or Russia. You know? Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Okay, and we're about to enter that third woe. Okay? We're seeing the seeds of it being planted. It may have already been started, man. You know? It may have already technically been started, man. But eventually this war is going to go nuclear. Okay? It's going to cause economic collapse, famines. Okay? Civil unrest. This war is going to destabilize society, man. Because the world has been working together towards globalization all these years. Okay? And when the world is fractured, when the world is fractured like that, they can't move toward on anything, man. So it's everybody out for themselves. You know? But this has to happen, man. This place has to be brought down, man, because we're not going to have a fractured world in the kingdom of heaven, man. There's going to be an order that's set up, and that's how it's going to go. Okay? And if you're not down with the program, the scriptures talk about in Isaiah 60. Okay? Any nation that will not serve thee shall perish. There ain't going to be no rebellion in the kingdom, man. You rebel in the kingdom and you'll be squashed right then and there. Okay? Well, hey, the Lord is the Father of spirits, man. He could completely destroy the spirit of rebellion if he wants. Okay? We'll have to see in the kingdom, man. But hey, we got to get there first. All right? So with that, till next time, shalom.